Hey YouTube, Geminijets 5280 here with a model airport update for Denver International Airport. Sorry it's been a little while since this update, but this is the 8th update. Just putting it out there that for the 10th update, I'm sure we'll see something extra special. So post in the comments if you have any ideas for what I could do. I have a couple floating around, but we'll see what that comes to. Last week's delay, because this was supposed to be last week's update, but instead we saw Evergreen Peaks International Airport. We saw the unveiling video of that. Let me know what you think of that new airport if you didn't in the last comments. But now we have Denver finally because the new models came in. Next week we will have a Great Lakes Intercontinental Airport update. And then there are two new models, 3 or 4 that are just new to Denver, but 2 actually just straight up new models. Future plans and new videos. I'm going to try to get my models by airline and aircraft series up. I just got to get myself to that. So it'll most likely be Boeing 737 or 757 coming this week. I did some runway mock-ups for 2.5 and then 3.4 L&R. This is how they are in Denver, how the spacing is. So let me just think of that. And these will be painted eventually. So let's get right into the update. Active runways today are 2.5, 3.4 LR for departures, and I guess 3.5 left and right are also departure runways. And landing we have 3.4 LR and mostly 3.5. 3.5 LR. So we're going to get started. Taking off on runway 2.5, we have a Delta 737-800. We can head to Salt Lake City. Holding short at 2.5, we have a JetBlue A320 in the Barcode TL. Holding short for JFK. Came in from Pioneer Salem earlier today. You'll see the importance of that a little later. Over here, we have our Spirit A319, the Pixel colors, taxiing on the runway for a flight to Minneapolis. So that we have a Southwest 737-700, holding short at 3.4, left for Washington Dulles. On 3.4 right, we have an American A320 in the U.S. Airways color scheme lining up for Charlotte Douglas. It's kind of weird saying this now that U.S. Airways is quote-unquote defunct. Kind of disappointing, but American's going to be a really nice airline now that they're merged, so I'm excited. And next up we have a Delta 737-800 taxiing out to the runway for a flight to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Now we're going to move over to Concourse C as in Charlie. Sorry if it's a little dark over here. I'm filming this at night because my earlier video didn't work. So we're going to start here with the Delta McDonnell Douglas MD-90 for the delayed pushback to Atlanta, Georgia. And I meant to say at the beginning of the video, but this is one of my first airport updates in a while that has a time frame. Time frame for this update is 11 o'clock p.m. Next up we have a Delta connection, Compass Airlines Embraer 170 burning for Delta connection. Delayed final boarding call for Seattle. That we have a Delta A320 boarding the second half of passengers for flight to Detroit, and it was delayed coming in. So we had a snowstorm here earlier this week. Yes, it did snow here in Colorado. So that is why we have some delays right now at the airport, coming in and going out, just because of some weather stuff. After that, we have a Delta 757-200, and it is resting for an early morning flight to O'Hare Hartsfield or AirTran Fan 15's airport. After that, we have a Delta MD-90 pulling in from Atlanta. It's gonna leave tomorrow morning at about 6 a.m. on the 6 a.m. flight. Sorry, I just knocked over a plane back over here. Next up, we have a Delta A319 that just came in. Passengers are deboarding from JFK, and it's gonna head back there about 12:45 a.m. The catering truck's also pulling up. Now we're going to move over here to Southwest. Southwest 737-700, old colors. Came in from Phoenix. It's going to head to New York LaGuardia at 12 p.m. In the new colors, we have a Southwest 737-700 boarding for Dallas Love. We have an empty Southwest gate. After that, we have a Southwest 738, 737-800. It's going to head out to San Diego tomorrow morning. It came in from PDX Portland a while ago. Next up, we have a Southwest 737-300 came in from Oakland. It's going to head to Chesapeake Bay International Airport, or the Jet Ages Airport. Next up, we have a Southwest 737-700s coming in from Atlanta. It's going to head out to Cancun tomorrow morning. Just pulling in now. Right here, we have another Southwest 737-700 in new colors. Came in from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and it just got pulled over. And it's going to head out to Raleigh-Durham at 5:37 a.m. After that, we have an empty Southwest gate in our field truck. Now we're going to move over to Terminal B, Concourse B. I don't know why I would say Terminal. So to start off, we have a United A319 pulling into the gate from Newark or Geminijets 166's airport. It's going to head to Albuquerque, New Mexico tomorrow morning. Oops. Gotta fix this. I'm hitting a lot of blades in my arm right now. Next up, we have United A320, and this is resting. It came in from LaGuardia. It's going to head to Los Angeles or STL Spotters SoCal International Airport, based on LAX at 6:47 a.m. After that, we have a United A320. This is a new model for Denver. You saw it be revealed at Pioneer Salem, and it's actually going to be heading out to Pioneer Salem International Airport. Following that, we have a United 737-900ER coming in. It's going to do a flight to Washington Waldorf or a Flyer ORD's airport. Empty United/Nate Express gate. We'll probably get the Q400 in the next update. Next up, though, we have a United Express. It's actually SkyWest operating for United Express. CRJ 700. It's going to head to CVG Spotter 15's airport or Cincinnati. Just came in from Dayton, Ohio. After that, we have a SkyWest doing business as United Express CRJ 200. This is a new model for Denver. Came in from Lubbock, Texas, and it's going to head out to. It's 2 hours delayed, and it's going to head to Grand Junction. Whoa. Next up, we have United A319 resting after it came in from Salt Lake City. It's going to head to Atlanta at 9:55 a.m. tomorrow. After that, we have a United 777-200. It's going to head to Honolulu tomorrow morning. I think it's an 11 o'clock flight. Honolulu flights that come in the afternoon leave at like 11 or 12 o'clock. Or maybe it's 10. I don't know, something like that. After that, we have United 787-8 Dreamliner. Came in from Houston. It's going to head to Tokyo Narita. Came in from Houston yesterday. It's going to head to Tokyo tomorrow. Had a maintenance swap with another aircraft here in Denver for the regularly scheduled maintenance. After that, we have a United 757-200. It's came in from Washington Dulles a couple hours ago. It's going to head back there at 5:05 a.m. Next up, we have United 737-800 pulling in from Phoenix Sky Harbor. Going to head to Boston Logan. 6:40 tomorrow morning. Next up, we have a United 757-200. Came in from San Francisco. It's going to head to Houston Intercontinental at 8 a.m. And last but not least, for Terminal B, we have a United A320 boarding for a flight to my Great Lakes Intercontinental Airport. And then we have an empty United gate. Now we're going to move to the most interesting concourse in this update, which is Concourse A. First up, we have an American 737-800 taxiing in from Dallas-Fort Worth. You can head out there tomorrow morning on the 6:20 flight. After that, we have a British Airways 747-400, a 2-hour delay, finally ready to push back for London Heathrow. So you can see the jetways have pushed back and the super tug's hooked up. Next up, we also have a delayed flight, slightly. Not very delayed. Actually, sorry, this one's not delayed at all. We have an American 757-200 just finished boarding after a flight to Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm going to empty American gate, and I'm going to move to the other side. We have an American MD-80 just came in from Chicago O'Hare. And it's going to head back there at 6:40 a.m. Next up, boarding, we have an American Airlines 737-800. It's boarding for a flight to Miami. Alaska 737-800 with split cylinder winglets. It's pulling into the gate from LAX or SoCal Plane Spotter 15's airport. It's going to head to Seattle at 6 a.m. Next up, we have a U.S. Airways are American and the U.S. Airways colors. Airbus A321 resting after a flight from Philadelphia. Came in at 9 o'clock. It's going to head back there at 7 a.m. After that, we have an American A319, the U.S. Airways colors. Lost my place on the list. Boarding for a flight to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Also getting some catering. Next up, we have a Spirit A319 looking very ugly right now in the lighting. The plane looks a little nicer. It looks very pale right now, but it's not this pale. Let's see from the other side. Nope, same deal. And it's pulling in from Fort Lauderdale, delayed, of course, and we'll head back there tonight. Next up, we have a Frontier 320, the Griswold the Bear colors, or tail. It's getting its final passengers off from Portland. It's going to head to Central Texas International or Geminijets 1975's airport at 5:38 a.m. After that, we have a brand new model. It is a Frontier 320 with sharklets, Orville the Cardinal. It came in from Washington Reagan at 8 p.m. and it's going to head out to Salt Lake City at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. 12-hour rest. Next up, we have a Frontier 319, Sherman the Seal. It's going to head out to Nashville. 6 p.m. or it came in from Nashville at 6 p.m. heading out to, it's pushing back for Kansas City. Next up, we have a Frontier 319, Hamilton the Hummingbird livery. Came in from Missoula, Montana, and it's going to head out to Orlando tomorrow morning. Next up, we have a Virgin America A320, no sharklets on this plane. It's resting after a Dallas turn, and it's going to head out there at 8 a.m. Next up, we have a JetBlue A320 in the Blueberries colors, just pulled in from JFK. We'll head out to Pinehurst, Salem pretty soon. It is doing the reverse of this flight. Yeah. Now we're going to move over here to our newest aircraft. One of our two newest aircraft, sorry. JetBlue A320 in the Tartan tail. It's a new model. It came in from Boston Logan, and it's now boarding for the return flight. Just a quick announcement. Frontier Airlines is selling, or they gave up 6 gates on Terminal A. They gave it back to the city of Denver, and Delta Airlines picked them up. So Delta will soon be moving from Terminal C to Terminal A, Concourse C to Concourse A. And that means that our low-cost carriers and ultra-low-cost carriers that sometimes serve Terminal or Concourse A, such as JetBlue and Spirit and, in my case, Virgin America, those will be moving over to Concourse C in the upcoming months. So you'll most likely see that happen at my airport as soon as I see it at Denver and see how it's all laid out and stuff like that. Such as a quick little news flash. And I forgot to put these planes on the stand, so I'm going to do that real quick. I was forgetting to do something. So we have coming in for landing on runway 35 L, 35 left, we have an American Eagle E-175 operated by, I think it's Republic, coming in from Los Angeles. And next to that on the parallel, we have a Delta 737-800 coming in from West Bahama International or Delta MD-88 Fitmans Airport. And move up to the cargo. I have my mats up here. It's pretty dark up here because it's dark out. But we're going to start with our UPS McDonnell Douglas MD-11. It's going to head out to Ontario. Next up, we have a UPS 767-300. It's going to head out to Louisville, Kentucky. After that, we have a FedEx 767. It's going to head out to Memphis. And if I mess those up, let me know, please. I always mix up which one's where. We're going to move back. I'll look at our nice JetBlue. Ash will look at our new JetBlue. Some quick announcements. New models. What do you think of the 2 new ones, and what should I get next? Comment down below. I have a quick another announcement for the airport of Denver International Airport. We just got our Munich service back from Lufthansa. And instead of operating, they used to operate on the A340-300. Now they're operating on the A330-300. So that will begin in May of next year. and you'll see that at the airport I already have a model that I was using for Great Lakes and I was going to sell, but I'm going to keep it now. Next week we'll have a Great Lakes Intercontinental Airport 737/757 model spare aircraft will be next week. I have a couple models for sale on my Instagram. I see that down below. And as you know, I don't have that many new models right now. It's because I'm waiting for a really stellar release from someone. We have had some pretty mediocre ones in my opinion. I'm thinking of Air Canada, CRJ 900, and American Eagle 145, but nothing's like really grabbed my attention. Most likely we'll be getting the Delta MD-90 that came out a couple months ago. So other than that, we'll see how it goes. So nothing's on order right now. Let me know comments, concerns, if you want to see, what do you want to see in airport updates, and which airports would you like to see. I know I'd like to do more of Denver, so I probably will. But let me know if you want to see like more Great Lakes, more Pioneer-Salem, more Evergreen Peaks, more of this airport. Let me know if you want to do more than one airport update a week. Just let me know. And then check me out on social media. Instagram's GJ5280. Kick is Geminijets5280. You obviously know my YouTube if you're watching it. And my website is Geminijets5280.weebly.com. These are all down below in the description. And thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you like what you saw. And sorry this got to 16 minutes, but hey, I've been at like 25. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk. See you later. Peace.